Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune for Thursday, the 24th of September, 2020. Well, I'm going to keep these shorter because it's taking me till like 3 o'clock to get these things to upload. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm going to try and shorten them. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've taken everything. I've done the 3 card reading. I've got it here. I've got the Elder Futhark rune, and I've also discovered the geomancy rune. I've done all of that ahead of time, which I normally don't. I do it as I go. We'll see if we can get this a little more cohesive and get a shorter upload time so it gets up there before the day is almost over. Oh my gosh. Lots of traffic on YouTube right now. So plus I'm this is in HD versus SD, so I guess that makes a difference as well. So anyway, but it's better, the video looks better, I guess. Anyway. So what we have today, I drew the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So we have the Earth element represented, we have Air element, and we have the Water element. So practical concerns, foundation, structure, all of that, and then intellect, reason, balance, and justice, decisions, balance, polarity. And then with cups, we're talking emotions and harmony and compassion and unity and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. We have an interesting pattern if we look at it: a 6, a 2, and a 4, a 2, and a 6. And so in a sense, you have the opposite here in terms of the Roman numerals. Let's see if I've got this right. You can see the 1, 4, 4, 1. You see that? You have a pattern there. And then you have a balance here. So it's almost like we've got the scales in a way. And how are we going to balance all of this today? Let's start, though, with the 4. The 4 of Pentacles, we see the king with his back turned to the kingdom. You see the line of demarcation here. And you see... he's just not interested. He's interested in his own wealth, in his acquiring of more. He's got it as his he's made it part of his crown. He's displaying it for everyone to see, all the gold. Obvious, who this is talking about. But he's definitely turned his back to the kingdom. He's not going to... he's indicated he's not probably going to listen to what the results of the election are. He isn't going to protect anybody from the pandemic. We already know that. So lots of things that are all about the king right now, okay? Or the guy who fashions himself as the king. But we have to make a decision, don't we? We have an election coming up. We have to make a decision. So we're in the beginning phases of that decision-making process. The voting has begun in some areas. We haven't gotten our ballots yet here in Oregon, but it's just an automatic thing. It's just what we do here. We've had vote by mail for 22 years or some such thing. I remember going to the polls, but it's been so long. I just vote from my chair now. I don't, I'm probably not going to mail it this time, though. Although the mail seems, we got our tags for our cars, both our cars, within the normal time. So maybe the mail stuff, I know a judge stopped all the nonsense. We'll see. We're supposed to all let the judge know, right? If it doesn't work out and the nonsense still continues. But still, we're going to take our ballots we're going to go find a drop box, or we're going to take it to Ben there'll probably be drop boxes. So I've just never used them. So I'm going to have to figure out where they are. And I guess we won't know that to, what is it, like 3 weeks before the election day? I don't know. Then we can drop them off, or we can just take them there, I guess. But that's what we're going to do. We're not going to mail them this time. But here we have to make a decision. And we're going to turn our back on emotions that we're feeling, because sometimes the emotions can get in the way of making a decision. And so you see the woman, she's on a bench with her back to the ocean. And her arms are crossed and she's holding a sword in each hand. But she's also blindfolded. She has a white blindfold on. She wants to make the decision in as dispassionate a way, manner as possible. Hard to say, dispassionate. But the idea is you turn your back to the emotional, upheaval that you might be feeling, and let your thoughts settle and come into some kind of an alignment and make a decision, one that's based on reason and justice and fairness and balance, in response to the self-dealing king. So, where do you go with that? And the cards are saying we go with shared abundance with others, harmony, unity, love, compassion, reciprocity. You see the X right here also mirrors the X there of her arms. Balanced energy exchange with others. That's going to become important here when we look at the rune. But you see the golden chalices. She's just the girl or the woman is standing outside her home. Looks like probably at the gateway to her property there. You can see her home in the background. But she's sharing the flowers with a passerby. It's just random acts of kindness, unlike the greed of the king, who can't seem to still get PPE supplies to hospitals that need them. Remember what we dealt with there. They were taking them off the tarmac. The states were having to order them elsewhere because the federal government wouldn't give them to them. They're sending ventilators everywhere but where they need to go here in this country. So they're not taking care of the kingdom. And so we have to make a decision here. We've got an election in November. Do we want this, or do we want more of this? I don't know that we'll survive this. Not any more of it than what we have. We aren't surviving it well now. And so I think that what you see with the 6, and I love this card, it's one of my favorites. It's just random acts of kindness. It's not like the 6 of Pentacles where, is it the 6 of Pentacles where the rich person is handing out money to the poor? I mean, okay, I suppose that's one way to look at it. But here, this is just random acts of kindness amongst neighbors. And I think that this is the shared path we all want to be on. The rune for today is Gebo. Balanced energy exchange with others. It's basically, let's see where, here it is. When you look at Gebo, it's the 7th rune of the Elder Futhark. So you're looking at a scales type of a balance type of an energy as it is. But you're looking at Kenaz, the 6th rune, in all directions, expressing the light of spirit in all directions. And I think that you don't see that here. You see a very miserly individual who's hanging on to everything at the expense of the kingdom. So again, a decision has to be made. Are we going to engage in shared abundance? Well, apparently the rune seems to think so. We won't get there with this guy. Now, the geomancy rune for today is Puella. Puella is, its complement is Pur. This is Puella. This is Pur. Whereas Pur is impulsive little boy energy. You have Puella, which is impulsive little girl energy. But you have, with Puella, it's a little more scattered than, probably not so, it's probably a little more risk averse than what Pur would be. Little boys run around. I raised 2 little boys, so I know they run around and they do all kinds of things. They get into stuff, they play, they explore, they create, and Lord only knows if mom's not watching or dad's not watching, Lord only knows what they're going to do, right? Well, I think that the scattered energy is part of this too. I really do. I think we're being scattered by emotion, essentially. And we need to bring that into alignment and so that we can make a decision going forward here today. So again, I think it's a decision that we make that's between, the lack of justice here and the abuse of power here. and the shared path we could be on with one another, where life becomes an easier exchange with one another, to where the conflict ends. There's so much of that going on right now, and it's all predicated upon the usury of this man and the deception of this man, trying to make people support him by lying to them, you know, saying he's on their side. No, he's just using them. That's all he's doing. That's all he's ever done. He just uses people to get what he wants. But it's not what we want. This is what we want, all right, in terms of the decision that needs to be made. So, okay, we're at about 11 minutes. We're going to close, and we're going to see how quickly we can get this uploaded, see if it makes any difference at all. If it doesn't, then the heck with it. I'll just do what I do. But in any event, thanks for watching, and go forth in shared abundance today with all, and make the dispassionate choice that you need to make going forward. And know that a shared path is far better than one where we're in conflict and following somebody who couldn't care less about us. So have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask if you go out around anyone at all, whether you're inside or out. And blessed be.